Come out of the box.
Hello YouTube, cheers, and welcome to the basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And as you know, the basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. Now today we have a special guest with us, over the phone, the host of AllG'sReact, the AllG'sReact Channel on YouTube. He's going to be joining us over the phone when he calls in. Oh, there he is now. No, good timing. How you doing? Josh Suggs for everybody.
Doing good.
All right, you on the air right now. We're doing the intro. Just hold on. All right, so Josh Suggs is with us, everybody. Just called in, and he's going to help us with this debate. Is Kendrick Lamar new album, Damn, with a period, a classic hip-hop album, or just pretty good? That's the debate. And with that being said, everybody, let go.
Checking in today, people. Going in with Kendrick Lamar's new album.
Damn, with a period.
Is it on another planet? Or is, it's the quality project, quality piece of work. So me and Bruce today are gonna debate just that. Is this a classic album?
You know it is.
Or just pretty good? And I'm gonna start off by just giving you my view and my outlook on it. And that's simply no. I gotta give you my reasons as to why. So I did my little bit of research. And when we talk about what's a classic album, what's not, I think we must first determine what classic means. So I looked up the definition of what classic means. Here we go. The first definition that comes up: judged over a period of time to be the highest quality and outstanding of its kind.
True that.
Well, I think that's a perfect description. I don't think it's fair to categorize it as a classic just yet. I think it's no question, and I think all of us here would agree that it's definitely a quality album. Maybe the best album out right now. However, classic, I think we jumping the gun just a bit. When, in my own definition and in my own terms, when I think of classic albums, Snoop Dogg comes to mind, his first album. Nas, the Illmatic comes to mind, his first LP. These are classic hip-hop albums that anybody who's listened to hip-hop over the last 20 to 25 years would tell you no question about it. Those are classic albums. Big, Ready to Die's first album, that's a hip-hop classic. It just comes off the top of the head freely.
Okay.
Reasoning being, to me, that they've stood the test of time, which, as we just got the definition, which makes it a classic. In my opinion, in my humblest opinion, is the reason why they stood the test of time. Snoop, I mentioned first. They were game changers. They shifted the culture. They impacted the culture in such a way, and you were able to take out their music in such a way that today, if you listen to it, there's probably things you could grab out of there today. And if not, then you would be able to point reference to how and why how it impacted the culture. With that being said, I don't feel that Kendrick is any of that. I don't feel that this is gonna shift or change the culture in any way. I don't feel like the impact of this album, we'll be talking about it 10 years from now. And I don't, although we know Kendrick Lamar is an exceptional rapper, rhymes are always A1, I don't feel like he said anything exceptional. However, I do want to point out, I listened to the album and the concepts are through the roof. I think he's one of the best today, if not the best today, to select concepts and go over different concepts and be diverse with different concepts. I think they're very intelligent concepts. The content, the diversity in the content, subject matters, and what he chooses to rap about. Again, very intelligent, very witty, creative, all of the above. However, like I said, I think today, I think we're searching for the next, what is the next classic album in hip hop. But I don't like to use the word or throw it around too loosely, which is why I just feel that this Kendrick Lamar album is just not a classic. It's a quality album, it's great, but classic, I have to disagree on that.
Go ahead, Josh, man. You know, since he did his 20-minute soliloquy.
I gotta say, D-Boy kind of took the words out of my mouth with that, because I was going to lead with that classic definition, but since he's already handled it, I mean, I have to say that I listened to the album. It was a very, very good mixture, especially of content and subject matters. But as far as a classic album goes, we live kind of in this generation. And I'm gonna say this because I think I'm a little bit younger than you guys are, but we live in this generation. I call it the microwavable generation. Everything got to be fast.
Right.
Yeah. No oven mentality like it used to be, where you have to actually watch and take care. So the moment an artist puts out an album, and even if he is speaking on some real things that are actually happening in culture and in our society, people instantly want to make it like just this great big ordeal, like okay, this album is the best of the year, or it's going to be a classic,
Right.
How many artists have been, their entire careers have been built around speaking on those subjects for many years? You know what I mean? If they're just not mainstream.
Right.
So when you get an artist with a mainstream push, and then he puts out a song like DNA, which I loved that song off the album, and talking about how some things are ingrained in our DNA and the way that we act and the way that we choose to do some things. People look at it like, oh man, I've never heard anything like this. It's just that the masses aren't searching for it because it's out there. It's been out there. It's always been out there. See, they want it to come to them easy. So Kendrick Lamar, having the mainstream push that he has, he's able to do that. But I mean, I could start naming off rapper after rapper after rapper who I feel Locksmith is a rapper who dropped the album this year.
I'm trying to get in contact with Locksmith right now. I've been wanting to talk to him. Ever since he dropped that album, I've been trying to contact Locksmith, man. I'm trying to get him on the show.
Yeah, if you listen to the content of that album, it is a good album, and I would put that album, Olive Branch, above Damn. So I just don't see. I think that because of the generation, and because he has that mainstream push, and that album, he's not at the pinnacle of his rap game yet.
He's not at the pinnacle of his rap game yet.
To me, once he gets to that pinnacle, and he's going to make a masterpiece before long. I mean, a real masterpiece. That will be the album that will go down in history as the classic album. But I just don't feel that Damn is a classic album.
Listen, man. Listen. Both of y'all tripping, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Both of y'all is tripping, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm not even gonna give an intro. I'm going straight to the debate, man. It's just gonna go like this. D-Boy, you're correct. When you define classic as something that has been proven to be great over a period of time, that's good. But at that point, it's no longer a debate. What we're debating is if we believe it will be a classic. If it's already been proven to be a classic, there's no reason to debate it. Nobody can debate is Ready to Die a classic. Nobody can debate is Machiavelli a classic, because it's already been proven over time. So this whole debate isn't about the definition of classic. It's about what are the indicators that this will be a classic. You feel me, Josh?
I feel you.
These are the indicators. And to your point, to your point that it's, you know, some people may have rapped better, or you have a personal favorite who talks about the same thing that you like, or whatever it is. Again, I say the classic isn't just because this one was the best. It also has to do with cultural influence, which unfortunately has to do with how popular you are and how the marketing that you've given yourself over time. The reason why Kendrick is well known is not because he had a big marketing machine behind him, but simply because he's been good consistently for a long time. And so he's made himself a superstar. And when he puts out an intentionally lo-fi album like this, an intentionally artwork like this that defies the hip-hop norms of superstars, the trap beats, the trap sounds, the 1-2 rapping. When he does that in his level, it has the indication that this could be one of the classics written in our time. That's what I'm saying. You want to know what some of these indicators are, people? The response to it is an indicator of, will this be a classic? And when you have people from the Fox News channel, Geraldo Rivera, responding to Kendrick Lamar because the bars that he spit and the interludes that he put in there, and his mentioning of Geraldo Rivera saying that hip hop did more to hurt black people than slavery, or whatever it was that he said. Excuse me if I misquoted him, but Kendrick Lamar didn't misquote him, and it had such an impact, which is an indicator that he even got a response from a Fox News person. He's getting response from, LeBron James. He's getting a response when Puffy has to actually, the first time in a few months, come out and say something again, says that he's been waiting for an album like this for years, telling other rappers to quit. If you can't bear your soul like Kendrick just did, just quit. These are indicators that this could be a classic, people. When you look at the versatility in the beats, the creativity in the rhymes, the beats, the flows, in this age, where 90% of music literally sounds the same. And I know what you're gonna say, Josh. I know it. I know what you're gonna say. You on AllG'sReact all the time, you put in there music that not everybody would know about. It might be political in nature, or it's just really not meant to be mainstream, not meant for the radio. It's meant to be listened to. And I enjoy that, the craft of hip hop, just like you. But guess what? If cultural influence has to do with how it's judged over a period of time to make it a classic, when someone like Kendrick comes out with these same things, and he does it very well with the creativity that he does, then you start to say, when 90% of the other people in his position don't do that, we have an indicator. We have an indicator that this might be a classic. Imagery, storytelling, the entire thing. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. His imagery, his storytelling, and his wordplay, was that on display at a higher level than we've heard from a lot of people in the past 2 years, 3 years, maybe?
That's a fact.
That's a fact. What do you say?
Oh, that's a fact.
That's a fact. Okay.
That's true.
So the other indicator of whether something will be a classic or not is how it stands musically in the time that it came out. The reason why we love playing basketball is not because it's better than a Biggie album, but because when it came out, there was nothing like that. Hip hop was just beginning. The reason why Run DMC's rhymes, some of them, compared to Rakim. But the reason why they have some classics is because the time when it came out, it was necessary. The 80s was a special time and they reflected that. I.e., this Kendrick Lamar, this tape, this album, damn, in the time that it came out, it's obvious. The difference of song structures that he's using is, everything goes, that we know of now, that we listen to is verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, or some variation of that song structure. None of the 12, 13 songs he's got on this album follow that. They are all completely different song structures. Many of them I've not heard, and I've studied song structures classically. Some of them I have not heard. I haven't heard these type of structures. These are also indicated to be a classic album because of the reviews. The Telegraph, 5 out of 5 stars. Metacritic, which amalgamates a lot of magazines and a lot of publications review, got a 99 out of 100. The Guardian, 5 out of 5 stars. The Telegraph, I already said The Telegraph, but I'll say it again, 5 out of 5 stars, and a few others. He was written up by Time magazine, not just XXL. So you understand the cultural importance of an album like this is showing to be an indicator that it is indeed a classic. I have so much more to go through, but we don't have the time for it. I'm gonna end it like this. How many of you two, and how many of y'all out there heard an actual hip hop album hosted by Kid Capri like it's a mixtape? This hip hop album is against the grain, purposefully, by a major artist, which means more. Simple and plain. If nobody knows who Immortal Technique is, it's because he's done his career that way. If Kendrick Lamar is in the place that he is and then chooses to go lo-fi, it's a much bigger risk to take for him than it is for Immortal Technique. You feel what I'm saying? On that alone, it's a game changer, and I'm done. Y'all tell me how you win this debate.
What you think, Josh?
I want to say that I agree with a lot of points that you are saying there, but we also can never, ever forget about who is pushing the artists themselves. I mean, you have Aftermath, Interscope, Empire.
Facts.
So, and this right here is from me seeing this happen when Eminem came out. Eminem came out behind Dre with Shady Aftermath, and he dropped 3 albums, and everybody instantly wanted to make him the GOAT.
He was one of the greatest of all time after that, right?
Instantly.
Facts.
Instantly. But the only reason why is because he was backed by someone who had his roots dug in deep into hip hop.
Is that the only reason why, though?
His name was known coast to coast. Okay? This is how I look at Kendrick's situation. When Kendrick was at that Grammys, he did an outstanding performance. Okay? And that right there got the mainstream media's eyes on him because of what he did at that Grammy.
What does that have to do with who's backing him? What he did was come out and show how creative he was, and he's been rewarded for that. That's not Dr. Dre that did that. That's him.
When he's in front of, I would say when he's in front of the camera, yes, that's all him. But we also got to look at behind the scenes, okay? Media push, all those types of things that happen with an artist. And when you're backed by the right person, or your name is even attached to the right person in hip hop, that alone can push an artist or get people's eyes on an artist.
All right.
And that's just that. That's just how
I hear you.
Watching Eminem, that's how I feel with Kendrick. It's kind of a similar thing. I don't believe he's at his pinnacle point of rapping yet. Okay. I don't believe he's there yet. I believe when he gets to that point and he drops an album, that will be the classic. That would be the true classic. But right now, like I said, I think it's the generation. It's the generation itself. And I understand what you're saying about the cultural influences. That's also very important. And the timing that you drop an album, that is also very important. And that sometimes does make some songs or some albums become classics just because of those reasons. I would definitely agree with you on that. But I still can't see this album as being a classic album.
What do you think, D-Boy?
I'm gonna close it out by saying this. I do happen to agree also with a lot of your points.
Okay.
And like I said, I won't hold y'all up. It's definitely a great album. It's something to listen to. I've also stated it may be the best hip hop album out today. Our debate was, is it a classic album? Bruce reworded it and said, will it be a classic album? Which is more appropriate because the album just came out.
Right.
I'm just gonna leave off by saying this: when we all, like I said in my opening statements, when we speak about classic albums and albums that were classic, they were game changers. They were culture shifters. I guess what I'm saying is, there's nothing. You know, he speaks about being an Israelite, and you know, there were a lot of, like I said, there are a lot of witty raps and very deep. He pushes past the surface on a lot of different, like I said, on a lot of different subject matters. But there's nothing that really changes the culture, or we take from it and say, you know, this is something we haven't heard before. I guess this is what I'm saying.
I completely disagree.
Outside of him uniquely presenting his story once again, and I don't know if I agree with you or not in saying Kendrick's at his pinnacle of his rap career right now. I think he may be, but I just don't know. Like I said, with this album and listening to it through and through, I'm listening to it again, and I don't know if I take away classic. That's all. I don't know if I take away classic from this. Like I said, I don't know if it's any better or the best album that he dropped. If this was better than his first album, actually. So,
listen, I'm gonna say this, man. We're gonna end it out, man. Hey, first of all, Josh Suggs, AllG'sReact. That's the name of the channel, right?
That's the name of it.
The name of the channel.
AllG'sReact.
Okay, man. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you tell the people, you know, how to find you or what it is that you do, and we're gonna get up out of here. We have no shout outs today because I knew this one would go long, and I really wanted to get Josh's input, because when you watch what he does, he's a hip hop historian like we are, and he deserves to be on this show. So I wanted to give the time for that. But I'm just gonna say this: all y'all who don't know, go listen to DNA, go listen to Fear, where he talks about 3 different types of fear in an unorthodox way that I haven't even thought about. The fear that a child has of a parent when they say, I'm a beat that ass. I don't mind trying to curse, but he literally uses those words. I never even heard nobody talk about that in an adult sense and use the other thing. The song Humble, it's just stupid hot. And listen to Duckworth, the craziest flow I've heard in the past 3-4 years. Just listen to it, people, and I'm gonna end it there, and you'll see why I think that this does change the game, and why it does make people are gonna have to come a little different if they want to be considered in the same place as him. But both of y'all's points is taken. Who do you guys think won this debate out there in YouTube land? Who do y'all think? Josh, tell them who you are, tell them how to get to you, and we're out of here, man.
Alright, you can find me on YouTube at AllG'sReact or on Twitter at AllG'sReact, Josh Suggs, and I'm a reactor, and I would like to react to good content and good music, and music that actually makes a difference. Mm-hmm. It brings a message that can help a person. You know, and then it goes from rap to rock to pop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the genre, as long as it does those things. And we have a great community over there. Very, very insightful, informative community. I've learned a lot about music and a lot about certain artists that I've never heard of because of that community. So that's where you can find me at AllG'sReact on YouTube and on Twitter. I do want to say this. Feel is a very, very good song on that album, and you should check that one out as well.
Yeah.
On the damn album.
Feel, crazy song.
Very, very good soul feel to it. I loved it.
Bro, we appreciate the input.
And thank you for having me.
No, thank you, man. We love that community over there too. I'm one of the people in that community. I watch you all the time. Yeah. I'll let them know that you've been over here and you got beat in the debate, all right? No problem.
Definitely. I'll do the same. I'm going to get on out here.
All right, brother. Peace out. Appreciate you.
Peace out.
All right, people. There it is. Josh Suggs, AllG'sReact. Classic debate. I like this one. What do y'all think? Leave it in the comments. You know what it is. And you know how to get them beats that you're hearing. Right down there in the comments.
Till the next time, we out of here.
Peace.